Is Richard. I'm a health and mindset coach. I help people over the age of 40 transform their life through life modifications, mindset. For the simple fact that a lot of us prioritize everything else that's happening around us and negate the one part that holds the most leverage over our lives. So our conversation today is going to be about what love looks like for you. And I'm not talking about just emotional love. I'm talking about your love and affinity for everything that is happening around you. Your love for your purpose, your love for your prayer, your love for your family, your love for your mental, social, and spiritual well-being. What does that look like for you? Have you even given it any thought as of yet? So I want to dive in a little bit today because I think it's something that is important to draw attention to, for the simple fact that we are at that stage where life is happening so rapidly. There are things that you have to manage alongside yourself. And if you're not giving the necessary priority to the things that actually help you navigate better, what's going to happen is a lot of energy and attention and focus is going to go out to the things that you need to prioritize, and you that is the vessel, you that is the embodiment of the energy, you that is the embodiment of God essence within you, you're going to leave that to the wayside to let that happen by chance. And ultimately, you become depleted. When you become depleted, your vibration and your frequency starts to diminish. So now the impact that you set out to create for those that are around you now becomes somewhat wonky. So this is the reason why I'm asking you to dive deep a little bit today, to actually be more intentional about how you perceive what love looks like for you. How much time, attention, and effort do you put into the things that actually move the needle of your life forward? So we start off with dating, which is, common and synonymous today. Dating, marriage, relationships. You ask for what love looks like for you. How do you want to be loved? How do you want to prioritize yourself in relationships? And most of us will start off with, the cliche saying of, I just want to be happy. And happy is so general because happy, like you all know, is attached to things that are happening around you. And love, being a foundational core energy value that you have, does not always necessarily stem from the things that are happening, because your world could be falling apart, but you still have to operate from a place of love, correct? So the part that I'm really trying to get you to look into today as a friendly reminder from yours truly is that having a stage, or having you set the pace, having you create the atmosphere for yourself first. I'm not asking you to be selfish. I'm asking you to not think of yourself more, but think of yourself less. Hear me when I'm saying this. Prioritizing the things that you love, how you love them, are super essential for the journey ahead. Because I have this message curated for the 40-year-olds, because this is the time where everything is happening around us so fast and you're not keeping track of anything else. You're worried and concerned about the kids. You're worried and concerned about the job. You're worried and concerned about the business. You're trying to make sure that everything aligns. If you're a mother, then you really have your work cut out for you. If you're a dad, then it's like, okay, I have to oversee and make sure that you manage your emotions and manage the emotions of the spouse and manage the emotions of the girlfriend as well as managing the kids. So it's all of these, I don't call them haphazard, but it's happening extremely fast. And they're all happening at the same time. And without you taking the time at the beginning of each day to have a priority list, like what comes first? How do you prioritize yourself? What does your self-love look like? If you're not intentional about that, then you start to run into situations where you are more reactive than responsive. The difference between both is when you're responsive, meaning you're settled in your heart and your spirit, like your mind is at ease first before you start going into it. So now when you take in the attacks from the world, I call it, you're able to manipulate in your mind how to best conserve your energy, your peace, how to best conserve your emotions so you're not explosive, so you're not, responding impulsively. right? So again, I would ask you, what does love look like for you in real time? Take into account all of your past life experiences. Taking into account everything that might have been sent to condition you in the positive. But without a priority list, those things that happen, those events that happen in your life now can be perceived as a negative. So now you fall into this negative groove of, oh, everything is happening to me, as opposed to it happening so that I can gain a better understanding of myself first, to be able to create a better impact for those that are around you. So the point that I'm really trying to hone in on today is understanding that the priorities for your love, not love language, is cliche. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong when I say love. The love language thing is cliche, because when you start to a certain age, that love language thing now becomes very dynamic. It's transient. It comes and goes based on what your life is calling for, right? If you are in a financial status that the things that will be considered words of affirmation or, acts of service, if it is that you're running a company and you have people that are able to take care of these things for you now it hits a little different, where you're working within the team of husband and wife, and now there are responsibilities that you have to take care of and responsibilities that she has to take care of, and the feedback loop from both of y'all reaffirming each other now gives increase in emotional bliss. So taking all of that into account and understanding fully well that without a priority list of what you need emotionally, mentally, socially, then everything just happens haphazardly. I'm not trying to ramble this morning. I'm really trying to come into a place of unity within your mind and your spirit, so that when you start to navigate and go through your day, things, tend to be a little bit more manageable, because you've had a foresight of what you expect. Your expectations is now what enables you to know what to look for in terms of the things that you need to fulfill your personal and mental well-being. Like, your vibration has to be high. Your frequency has to be high. Your thought process and how you manage the things that are happening around you has to be high, has to be elevated. Because in the absence of that elevation, you're going to be bogged down by all current events, everything that's happening in politics, in the stock market. Look at your cryptocurrencies are running now. That's going to be a conversation. We've had a new government change. That's going to be another conversation. What about the conversation of you? It's the conversation of you that we're having today. Because your ability to self-regulate, self-manage, having dominant thoughts that only push you forward, is where you actually gain ground and momentum to continue to strive in the face of adversity, in the face of things, circumstances that are not working. It's your dominant thought. And your dominant thought comes down to the things of, again, the question, what does love look like for you? If you have a dominant thought that this is the things that I'm expecting, these are the things that I prioritize, then now it's easier to navigate, as opposed to just letting the wind of life hit you any which way it so pleases. So I want to make this short and sweet. I want to be able to give as much impact to the people that are here. I can't see you. I don't know how this thing is programmed to work. But for those that are in the room, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort for lending me your ear this morning. And as you go through your day, I want you to put front of mind that what love looks like for you determines the strength of how well you navigate. If y'all have any questions, feel free, leave a comment on any of the videos that I posted. I will do my best to at least have 1 or 2 lives a week, and I post shorts almost every day, just as a reminder to those that need some level of a push, affirmation, that it does get better, no matter what work of life you're in.